or changes? We're hearing, you guys did a great webinar a couple of weeks ago or a week and a half ago. And, maybe you want to hit some of the highlights of that.
Yes, basically what we're finding is because so many people are going, we've had to experience with people getting, reduced hours or furloughed, or some that have starting in the early stages, or forbearance. So it's making the guidelines tighten up quite a bit. As lenders, we're now having to verify right at the very last minute. We have to get a new pay stub. We have to show that their hours have not been reduced over the last 2 weeks. Normally once we go under contract, we get a pay stub and we don't have to get any more as long as it's within 30 days of our contract. And that's no longer the case. Now we're having to update that pay stub right before closing and make sure that nothing has changed or affected employment. So.
Gotcha. Well, that makes sense in the times we are right now. Angie, are you seeing any delays in getting things closed? And I say delays meaning, we are kind of getting used to you guys doing 30 days or sooner. So are you asking for a little more time or?
No, you know what? That is one thing that I love about our management team at Cornerstone, because we immediately, anytime we start seeing the refi boom start to just really ramp up because of the low interest rates, our management team manages our pipelines extremely well. So they know what our capacity is. So they immediately started pushing a lot of our refis out to allow enough room for our purchase business. So we're still doing 3 and 4 week closing on your purchases. Those are always going to take a priority over our refis, where so many other companies I've been hearing, they're doing 60 days out for closings because they don't separate the two. We always put purchase business first. So
awesome. Well, we appreciate that. Unless we're getting a refi.
Yeah. Well, you're already in the home, so.
That's right.
You locked in. That's the main thing, right?
Right. So, now are your offices open, or are you guys still closed? How are you guys? Are you still working remote? What's the scoop?
We're still doing. We're transitioning to the office, but we're not doing. It's a team preference. My team is meeting 2 days a week this week in the actual office. Then we're going to go to 3 days, but we're still not doing our face-to-face with our clients. We're still doing phone consultations, over Zoom and through webinars and things like that. And so we're still spending that hour time with the clients, going over the entire mortgage process and their loan programs, and so that they can still have the same one-on-one. It's just not face-to-face.
Gotcha. Okay, my last question. Do you see, after we kind of keep moving through, and do you see that you will be doing more Zooms in the future, or are you saying I'm zoomed out, I don't want to do this anymore?
You know what? I didn't realize we would have such a positive response to all this. People just adapted so well to it. I think in the future, I'm just going to leave it up to my clients and what works best for them. Yep. So, right now,
like my toe is,
we're able to catch clients at home, and, the husband and the wife, usually they can jump on the same meeting. So I think it becomes down to a personal preference. I'm just going to start offering it. Do you want to come in face-to-face and spend time with us? Honestly, I love the face-to-face. That way they get to meet me and my entire team. And there are some upfront documents that I like to go ahead and get signed, that it's a lot easier when they're face-to-face. But, if they prefer just to do a Zoom meeting, just do a Zoom meeting.
Gotcha. All right. Hey, does anybody in the audience have any questions for Angie?
I have a question, Angie.
Okay.
Do you ever show up for Zoom meetings like this?
Who am I talking to?
Kara. That's Kara.
Kara, you're so funny.
I'm sorry. I just had to do that this morning.
I couldn't see you. I didn't see what you looked like.
And this is really for Tiffany. Sorry. I know it's
I-
a little bit. Yes, I'm sorry.
I love you, Kara. That's funny.
All
Can you
right,
please
Angie,
repeat
thank
that?
you so much for always being there to support our people and our team. And ladies and gentlemen, if you have any buyers that you are needing to get approved prior to showing properties, as we are really seeing that become our new normal, which I love, give Angie and her team a call. They're going to be able to support you and help you out. We appreciate you so much. You can hang out with us, or you can go off and, get some more loan approvals done.
I need to get back to work, but I appreciate everything and every one of you. And seriously, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. All
All
right.
right. Thank you, Angie.
See ya.
Bye-bye. All right. So my leadership moment is going to be short and sweet. Yesterday, I mentioned that we are also transitioning. I was so excited. My high was crazy excited yesterday because people started coming back to the office. I was here this morning and someone was in the office and I could hear her unlock her door and go in, and she's like, I miss you, office. I miss you, office. I says, well, come back. Come back. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what that's going to look like, okay? Guys, just because we've got reopenings happening, I want you to also know that we're still very sensitive about following the guidelines for best practices when we are coming together. I don't want a flood of everybody coming back to work in the office, as it's going to be a little bit harder to social distance. We're still going to keep through with those guidelines, meaning if you are not feeling good, please do not come in. If whatever it is, don't come in if you're not feeling good. Make sure you're using the hand sanitizer, the 6 feet social distancing, especially when you're walking into someone's office. Here's what I'm going to ask. If you need to talk to someone, especially, staff or, someone that's in a private office, stay at the door. Okay. Please don't walk in and enter the office. There's just probably no reason for that. If you do go into the office, please make sure you're staying 6 feet away from each other. What we want to do is start bringing back people into the office that are choosing to. If you are choosing to stay home and continue to shelter in place, please feel free to do that. This is not saying that you must come in, but I've been getting a lot of people reaching out saying, can I? So yes. So this week we've got our staff, our beautiful Sherry and beautiful Tiffany. Tiffany is actually here today. Sherry was here yesterday, and they're going to be alternating days. And I'll be the only one here on Friday. And then next week, we might do the same thing. We're going to kind of do this day by day, guys. I don't think there is a, cut and dry, flat, here's the deal. We're going to be open here. Everyone's coming back. Everyone's not. A lot of the admin for the teams have come back to work, and they are here working in their offices without a whole lot of interruption or interaction from others. I'm going to ask that we not bring in people, customers, and clients from the outside yet. Maybe the week of the 18th, we'll be open to that. We're going to just kind of monitor the progress of all of this new reopening and seeing what that does to the number of cases that we have in our community. So, for future, we're going to continue on with everything being done on Zoom versus our training room. We will not be providing any training live in our training room this month, maybe beginning of June, depending on how things are looking. So I'm going to still ask you to, if you do come into the office, that we're not going to be gathering in any groups more than 10. Preferably not even that at this time. However, come on in. I know a lot of you are looking to get here and do your lead gen or do whatever you do here in the office, and I welcome you. I welcome you back. All right. That is my moment. Any questions on any of that? Okay. So I am Bold. I'm very, very excited about this Bold. And if you are not a Bold fan, you probably are going, oh my God, here she goes again. But I jumped on the Facebook page for Bold because this Bold pivot is going to be done through Facebook. So of the 27 people that we have signed up from this office, if you have not joined the 2020 Bold Pivot Facebook group, you're going to be missing out. That's the only way you're going to get access to the materials, which I've already got my materials. Every session, you're going to get your materials, and that is where the live stream is. The live stream is going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3. If you miss it and can't do the live stream, it will be there recorded only for 48 hours. So you better watch it within 48 hours or you're going to miss. Okay, so some of the things we're going to be focusing on are mindset, scripts, expenses, doubling down on leads, social media, and the database. Now, I want to really talk about the scripts for just a second. I just want to say this. These are not your normal scripts. These are scripts for the market of the moment. They've been working very, very hard on this material. And from what I've seen, it's really pretty awesome. So it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 hours for 4 weeks. And then on Wednesdays and Fridays from 1 to 3 on that same Facebook page is Coach's Corner. You can go in and ask coaches anything, any help that you need. I don't know, guys. I'm pretty excited about this. I'm excited that I don't have to take one entire day out of my life for Bold. I'm excited that I don't have to drive, usually an hour to and from. Sometimes by the time the afternoon comes in a Bold room, it gets kind of, I'm tired, I'm ready to go, and even though the material's great. So if you are interested, there's still room. I don't know if I can get you in today, but I could probably do it. So if you're interested, please, please, please reach out to me. If you have not joined the Facebook group, you are not going to be able to access all this. If you have not done that and you can't find it, please reach out to me and I'll take care of it. Okay? Any questions on Bold? Quiet group. All right. And let's see. Oh yeah, you don't have to wear pants. I'm excited too. So May birthdays. Happy birthday, everybody. We've got a lot of them. Everybody say happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Tiffany. Everybody unmute yourself. And then we have anniversaries. Guys, happy anniversary, everybody.
We had happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Okay, we also have happy anniversary in our southern offices. Stacy and Asha down in Ardmore, and Bobby in at South Central in Pauls Valley. Happy anniversary. Woo.
Yay.
Who was that, Stacy?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple of new agents, Ashley Cannon and Angie Law. We actually have another one that just signed up on Friday, Dana King. She's not on here because we are just getting her in the system, but we'll announce her at the next meeting. So say welcome to those folks when you do see them and meet them, even if it's on a Zoom. So we've got some cappers again. All right, Handsome and Marcy and your team, Jonathan and Lori and Brad Warner. Woo! Woo! Saw Brad yesterday. He goes, I didn't even know I capped. And I'm like, yeah. Some of us really watch that to the penny. So congratulations, you guys. That is a big, big deal. Especially, I think I know Handsome, you and Marcy capped earlier this year than you ever have, right?
Yeah, so in the past we capped in July, I think.
Yeah, so you're a couple of months ahead of time.
So this is our fastest cap so far.
Awesome. And I know Jonathan and Lori capped in their first month.
Awesome.
So they got 11 months of 100%. And Brad, I didn't look that up. He didn't know, so I didn't know what his.
He has 1 more month.
He's okay. Well, you know what? And guess what? He's got a really, really big one closing next week.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Way to go, Brad.
Congratulations, Brad.
And there's
Good
a
deal.
couple people that are just like half a transaction getting ready to
Oh.
close. So
Nice.
That's so cool.
yeah.
So freaking awesome. Okay, what do we got next? Some stuff coming up. So the virtual open house Zoom training was going to be today, got moved to tomorrow because of Bold. We've got our admin mastermind. I'm so excited for that. Our admin groups are incredible, and for them to share best practices is pretty cool. Jennifer is going to be doing objection scripts. Mastering Comps with Karina, and then What in the World of Real Estate. We're going to be on Friday at 11 o'clock. We kind of say what's been going on this week, what's good news, what's, what are some of the things that we've learned, and what are we going to do moving forward. So please join us. Please join us.
Is the Mastering Comps conflicting with Bold also?
Yes.
It is, but you know what? That's going to be recorded, will it not, Tiff?
Yeah, it'll be recorded as long as somebody shows up to do the class with her. It will be a recorded session. And it's for a lot of people who didn't join into the Bold Pivot as of yet. There are still, we've had, gosh, I want to say like maybe 9 people join in just the last couple of weeks. So we have a lot of people who haven't had to do any comps as of yet or are new to them. So there are a lot of people who that will actually benefit that aren't actually going to be in the Bold classroom. So that will work.
Very good. I'll look for the recording. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Oh, that's me.
Here you are.
I'm really at the front desk now, so it's a real front desk moment. Although
Ooh.
I've missed you.
Did the front desk give you a big hug? It looked
Yeah.
lonely yesterday.
It did. It gave me a warm Lysol covered hug. All right, so I just wanted to remind everybody that tomorrow is the end date, tomorrow at midnight for our Red Day Scholarship entries. I've had quite a few, so I have them saved up. We're gonna be reviewing them and picking our winners, but the winners will be announced on May 11th. We're gonna do it in a Zoom call, and, excuse me, and we will be making sure that those people have been informed when we do it, but we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to apply. So tomorrow at midnight is the cutoff. I will be making sure that the people who have submitted their applications have their videos functioning and that their applications are filled out, and that's going to be the first criteria. So if you know anybody that is a senior for 2020 who is looking to participate in the scholarship program, like I said, tomorrow is the cutoff. So if they submit it on Thursday or Friday, it's not going to be qualifying.
All right, get those application videos in. I cannot wait for this. I think we're going to see some amazing. Go ahead.
I want you to know that we all, when we're reviewing them, have to make sure that we bring tissues, because I've been a cheaty face and I've watched them all, and it's gonna suck. Just FYI, it's gonna suck because all of them are really good, and so I have a really hard time being like, okay, which one was better? Oh, I don't know.
I'm glad we have a panel or a committee, if you will. Oh, God, and Mo wants to see them too, see the winners. So, it's almost like the more touching, the better it is. It really is. So,
roughly how many do you think we have?
I had a couple more in my email this morning. I did have 7. I didn't look to see if the ones that I got that were labeled Red Day Scholarship, if they were actual videos and applications for questioning to get them, because I do get some questions of people asking for them. So I haven't looked at them yet. I would say that we probably have maybe 10. And then if there's one that doesn't meet a criteria, I just won't include it in the committee viewing when we get to that part.
I sent out another one last night. I received another email last night, so.
Yeah, so
I already have a mom emailing me saying, we've submitted our stuff. When are we going to know?
Yeah, so I'm
excited.
I'm going to be getting in touch with the Red Day Committee people today and see if we can agree on a time for maybe Friday, where we can all kind of just discuss them.
Awesome.
All righty.
Thank you for leading that charge.
Well,
Okay,
Crystal and Missy have been my co-leaders. I'm not a solo on that one.
Well, it takes a village, and I'm proud of this village. This has been an interesting Red Day. I want to touch on this, and I put this out yesterday to a few of our people. I want to get approval on it, but I want to get in front of you that, one of the things that our region is doing for Red Day is requesting that we do Yelp reviews in bulk, and a lot of them for our local businesses, local restaurants, etc., and really hit hard next week for Red Week, if you will. And so I ran it by the ALC for approval, and we will be getting that out to you. This is something you can do, just takes a few minutes. If you start doing the reviews, we'll send them to our tech trainer in Tulsa, and she will be popping that out, I guess, next week. I don't know the details of all that, but it's a way that we can kind of paint the town red with wonderful love and reviews for our local businesses, our local restaurants, on Yelp. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, time for some fun. I am so excited about this group, and we wanted to talk about this new normal. I asked Angie Haig the question, is she going to continue on virtually with her business? And I think all of us have agreed that there is a place for this. There is absolutely a place. I've seen so many agents talk about, the way that we're showing, the way that we're doing buyer consults, the way we're doing listing presentations. This is not just going to go away as soon as we can get back face to face, I hope. So I love what she said. She said it's whatever the customer wants, whatever they're most comfortable with. So we thought it was so appropriate to bring in this panel of folks, and I'm going to step back. I'm going to let Tiffany and Crystal lead this charge. And we've got Crystal, we've got Patrick, and we've got Marcy, and we've got Maria from Peak Res, and we're going to talk about navigating a virtual plan. So, ladies, I am going to let you take it away.
Crystal, do you want me to start with my questions, or would you like to start with yours?
I think your questions will be really good for the end
Okay.
because mine are pretty generic. So,
Okay.
so we have a virtual tour panel today. So we have Patrick, Marcy, Maria, and myself. And I'm just going to start with a couple of questions. So, panelists, what are the 4 reasons why houses do not sell? I'll go ahead and answer.
Pictures,
So, go ahead.
pictures, agent, price, condition.
All right. Very good. So it's marketing, pictures, agent, and price. So marketing is the #1 reason why houses don't sell. Everything falls into this one category. So if you have horrible pictures, I don't know why you would do that. Honestly, I don't know why. The agent, a great agent will have a great marketing plan because we understand the value behind having a great marketing plan, and we know it'll help sell homes faster. The price, if your price is off, forget it. You're going to be on the market forever. You're going to get a bunch of leads, but you're not really going to help that seller sell their house. So with that said, it's really important to have a really great relationship with your photographer. Today, we actually have Maria Sharp with Peak Res. She is our personal photographer on our team. She is amazing. We always tell people in our listing presentations, meaning Kristen always says, that she's actually a part of our team. And we really believe that. So it's important to start interviewing photographers and make them an important member of your business. So,
Maria. Sorry.
Yes. Let's start with Patrick. When did you start implementing virtual tours into your marketing plan?
Honestly, we've been doing virtual tours for a while. I think, a lot of people don't know I used to work in video production. So, I've been doing video type stuff, since I started in real estate. And so it's kind of just, I guess we've kind of ramped it up in the last couple, months, but we've really kind of been doing it since the beginning.
What about you, Marcy?
I used to do it a lot more in the beginning, and then just in the last couple of months, yeah, we put it back in. And because I'm directing people to YouTube as well with it, so that's what I typically will use it for. to do
Awesome.
virtual tours. And I make people watch them before they go into the listing. So
Perfect. We started doing video tours about a year ago, and I'll tell you what, I was the one actually making the videos, and there was a huge transition from the very beginning to now. At first, we started with just a bunch of pictures and like my voiceover view, which I think is super creepy now, but it's great. I think video tours are really important. So, Marcy, do you make your own videos or do you hire someone else?
I make my own. And actually I have one coming out today that I'll post. Well, actually it'll come out tomorrow because KW website, but I made it with a Matterport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with my face and it's, yeah. So I make my own typically.
Awesome. What about you, Patrick?
Always, I'm always doing it, just since
Yeah.
I have the equipment and all that. So
Yeah. Maria, can you tell us about some of the things that you all provide at Peak Res with your video tour options?
Oh, absolutely. So we do, like she mentioned, we do offer video. We offer the Zillow video along with HD video. And something that I really try to push towards, because my personal favorite is the Matterport scans. I don't know if you guys have used those before, but they are really handy. And we've extended our 20% off of Matterport for the month of May also. So that may help out. I'm really awkward. I forgot the question.
What type of video tour options do you all provide at Peak?
Yeah, so just the Zillow video and then the HD video or for video options. We do, I know whenever booking with Jeff, my husband Jeff, he also kind of does like if you want, you can do like an intro to your house and have the voice layover if that's something that you need help with. But a little difference between the Zillow video and the HD video, and that we do get a lot of questions about, is the Zillow video is about 1 minute 45 seconds long. It is shot on the photographer's cell phone through the Zillow app. And there's no editing, no music to it. It's just a quick, simple clips throughout the house. And then the HD walkthrough video is shot on the photographer's professional camera. It's about 2 to 3 minutes long. It can be much more detailed, like if you want to focus on, a huge chandelier, or you want to focus really on the kitchen, that gives you the ability to do so. It's also edited and set to music, and it's just much nicer, much more professional. They both go on Zillow, and they both bump your listing for 2 weeks. The difference also is with the HD walkthrough video, I feel professional because I'm doing this. The HD walkthrough video, you can also share to MLS and basically anywhere where the Zillow lives on Zillow, and you can download and put on Facebook.
I love it. I love it. I personally do our own videos. Unless I need drone, then I do call Maria's husband, Jeff. More like I call Maria, I need your husband to shoot drone. So Patrick, what since you make your own, what programs do you use to make your own videos?
Sure. Okay, sorry, my dogs are like freaking out. So I use, as far as programs, I've used in the past the Adobe Creative Suite. Hold on. Will you come back to me?
Yeah, Marcy, what programs do you use?
I use iMovie, and then I use Filmic Pro to film on my phone itself, which is an app.
Okay, awesome. I'm with Patrick. I use Premiere, so I use Adobe Creative Suite for a lot of our videos and things like that. Unless I need that extra video, then we do hire out Peak, and so they'll make the video for us. Maria, how much are your prices for your videos?
That's a good question. So our prices for video start at $150. They are based on square footage. And also, if you book photo and video together, you get a $50 discount. I can send the pricing sheet to everybody if you'd like.
Awesome. We appreciate that. Going back to the Matterport, so Maria, we'll have you talk about the Matterport. So what is that exactly? Maybe not everybody knows what it is.
Okay, so Matterport is basically, it's fantastic if you want to do like a virtual walkthrough of the home, where HD videos I think really shine if you want your house to pop. The Matterport is really just allows them to be more interactive with it, and it is just a series of scans throughout the house where your potential buyers can go and just tour the home on their own time and just really makes your home available 24/7 for them to walk through. We do offer the Matterport Basic and the Matterport Pro. The Matterport Pro is done with a Pro 2 camera, which is a true 3D camera and is the highest quality. And then the Matterport Basic is done on a Theta 5, which is a little less quality, but it is quicker to scan and it is more budget friendly. And these are just, like I said, it's my personal favorite just because you can view the home in a dollhouse view, in a layout view, which I love. I think that's where it kind of shines over the video a little bit. And then with the Matterport, you have the ability to use a little tool. It looks like a ruler in the bottom left-hand corner that allows you to measure features in the home, whether that's the size of the room, how tall the ceilings are, the kitchen island, whatever it is, you can measure it. And I will say with the Pro 2 being a true 3D camera, it is more accurate with the measurements, but they're both fantastic tools. Fantastic.
I remember, Marcy, your house that you had that Matterport on with like the bomb shelter.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Actually, our next question is, who on the panel uses the Matterport? And Marcy, I know you do. So can you kind of talk about it with your personal experience with it?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately what it does is it helps people who are on the fence about the house or who don't understand the house. Like I've had so many showing cancellations because of Matterport, which to me is awesome. That's great. Like if you don't want to see the house, then please don't come to the house. So it's very helpful for buyers.
Patrick.
Yes, I use Matterport. I'm kind of new to Matterport. I've known about it, but I've not really used it. But I've kind of started using it in the past couple months, and yeah, I love it. I think the tools are super cool, and I think it's a good thing for your clients too. It's kind of like the wow factor. I mean, because like when you pull it up and you show that dollhouse view, it's like everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, that's like the coolest thing ever."
That was me when I first saw it.
Personally, we haven't used the Matterport yet. I think it's something that we do need to implement. We had been talking about it, especially during this whole, COVID-19 thing, people not going into houses, but fortunately we had a lot of vacant homes listed. And so, people were allowed to go into the houses and not, contaminate or do anything like that and worried about like an occupant. And so are you all going to continue to use the Matterport even after this whole the new normal continues?
I have a certain price point that I use it with. So
very nice. What is your price point that or is that okay if I ask that?
Yeah, that's fine. Usually $250 and up. I try to do $300, but it just depends. Mm-hmm. Like now it's like $250 because of what's going on. So
okay. What about you, Patrick?
I think we have condos. We have quite a few condos, and I think we're definitely going to continue it, at least for the near future, mostly because, in those buildings, if we can limit the amount of outside people coming in and out of those buildings, I mean, that's just a help to everyone. So we're going to continue to do it and leverage those. And I think it's just, I don't know, it's just another added way to get it out. And I think another way to promote the properties.
So with videos, we all probably have our own certain length. Maria, since you're the pro over here, what is the perfect length for a video tour?
So, welcome back to my channel. I think personally, I feel like if it goes over 3 minutes,
Mhm.
I'm out. But then again, my ADD kicks in, and I'm like, oh, what's that over here? Something else. So I think really between 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes is the perfect length. I know it can be a little difficult to get huge houses in that time frame, but I think it comes down to editing. If you have someone who's fantastic at what they do, they pick the right music, they pick the right kind of editing technique and make it, jumps. Not that I'm play favorites, but Kenan and Jeff both on our team do fantastic editing. I think it keeps your attention more, where other people, they kind of just pan from one side to the other, and after a minute, I'm like, okay, next. So
Right.
2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, I would say 3 minutes tops.
What about you, Marcy? What's your perfect that you found with your videos? Perfect.
YouTube really likes over 5 minutes. So it's a totally different thing than like putting it on Facebook or something. So I try to do 5 to 10 minutes on YouTube. And that, I mean, I had really good success with the one I put up last week. So.
Well, I think you're doing something different than just like a home tour. I mean, yours is really education and like content.
Well, but I'm doing virtual open house. That's what the 10 minutes is. So I'm talking about the house. So if like my face is in it, like if there's a human in your video, then people will watch it for longer. But if they don't see a human, then yeah. So that's why I put myself in it.
With my what I was talking about is how we edit videos. It's just the video only. There's no one talking interactive like that. Yeah, if you guys are talking, that's completely different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something that I've found on this last listing that we had is, so we made a minute video and then we did the actual like walkthrough of the whole house. And it's a huge difference, like having that small clip and then even with some, verbiage in there and then doing the full walkthrough tour, which I have found we kind of did ours different. So like we would have like, you're in the kitchen, now you're in the master bathroom, now do this. And it was horrible for editing. And when Joanna actually just went through, it saved me a lot of time on doing the editing. I personally think picking music is the hardest thing when making a video. What do you guys use? Like, where do you guys go to find your music?
I know Jeff, we use Epic Sound a lot.
Mm-hmm. Is that a free program or does that cost money?
I believe that is free. I'll have to ask them. I don't personally do video, but
Mm-hmm.
Epic Sound is the big one. And they may have a couple more up their sleeves, but that's all.
What about you, Patrick?
I use a service called Artlist. It's, I think, $200 for the year. I just got it. And you have to be really careful because if you're doing it for real estate, you are technically doing it for selling something, and you have to make sure you have the right license in your music because you don't want to get sued for using the wrong music. So make sure you're clear in what license you're buying, but Artlist allows you to use it for pretty much anything.
What about you, Marcy?
I don't use a lot of music, but if I do, I just get it off of Canva because that's where I get the rest of my B-roll or my graphics and stuff. So
I just use the good old YouTube, and they actually have some free stuff on there, but you have to make sure that you put certain credits and stuff like on the video or in the description. And so when you were talking, Patrick, I was like, that just got really intense.
Well, and I think it's mostly it's probably I'm talking out of law right now. Rusty would kill me, but like if it's something that you're gonna like only show to a few people, like you're probably okay. However, definitely just make sure that you're clear of what your rights are and what your uses are. And if you're using something that's Creative Commons, which sounds like that's what you're using, Crystal, make sure that your Creative Commons license is allowing you to do to sell it or to use it to make money, just so that you're in the clear.
Right. I'll let Tiffany ask her questions now.
Okay, so whoopsie, I hit the button, sorry. So some of my questions have sort of been answered in part, but I think it's just important to kind of pull those nuggets out so that way people can kind of see how these have affected your businesses individually. So I'm going to start with Marcy. Marcy, you had mentioned in your finance committee last month that one of the ways that you have been working to cut your business expenses is by creating lists of clients, your A list, your B list, so on and so forth, and using price points as a way to decide who gets what types of services and what types of things that you do for different properties and different clients. Can you just explain a little bit about what that means for your business, what that looks like for your business so that way maybe others can implement it?
Yeah, so I mean, along with video, what we do, so I have, you know, that $270,000 listing coming up today. Well, that one got Matterport, so I had to spend $250 to do that. But on my next week listing, which is $145,000, I'm actually having my photographer do just a basic layout scan. And then I do the video. So that's going to cost me, I think, $160 or something like that. So I also have to look at how fast the listings are going to sell, because quite honestly, my intention with the videos is really not to sell the house. Like, the house is going to sell, right? Like right now, $145,000 in Midwest City, people will be lining up out the door for that. So I'm looking at it more for me as a way to get people on my YouTube channel, quite honestly. Like, that's what I'm doing. Because I'm looking for people that are coming to Tinker that are going to move there. So that's how I do that. And I use SEO along with that. So that's really what my videos are for. And that's how I'm kind of leveraging the listings for buyers.
You're not just using these video virtual floor plans and walkthroughs for marketing your properties, you're actually using them to market you and your business.
Yes.
Great. So that kind of actually leads me into Peak. Maria, so what about the business or options were you offering prior to this COVID thing that you've really either seen a massive increase in your business where you're like, we can barely keep up because this new thing, or have you seen more of a I want to say like a need for innovation on the photography and video side of your business?
So with the services that we're offering now post-COVID, or during COVID, we've actually offered since the beginning, aside from Matterport Basic, but it has been insane, the requests we've been getting. It's just been insane. And just to cover, like, the last 2 weeks have been our biggest weeks since starting this by far. But we've seen a jump into HD video. Zillow services are going out the door like hotcakes. And then the Matterport, it's been overwhelming. Not overwhelming. It's been wonderful to see the growth and the request for Matterport. And I'm just thankful that whenever this first started, we went ahead and bought all of our photographers cameras, so that we now have 10 photographers available for Matterport Basic, just because the need is there and everyone's wanting that. So yeah, Matterport Basic has really taken off, and it's been wonderful.
Awesome, thank you. That actually kind of leads me into Patrick. This is wonderful how you guys are answering. It's almost like you know what my questions are and you're helping me out. You got me, Maria. So Patrick, I was informed that you may have purchased a Matterport for your business. And so what I was actually planning on asking you before I had heard that was that you had kind of switched roles from a regional position to a local business-oriented position. And you were just getting SwiftCo kind of up and running when COVID hit. So you had this idea of how the business was going to move and grow, and then COVID happened. Have you had to buy equipment? Have you had to change plans? Have you had to implement innovations into your business that you either weren't intending to do right away, or that kind of came to you during this time that you're like, wow, this is actually great that this happened because this happened because of it?
Sure. So yeah, I did purchase a Matterport enabled camera, and and so that's what we've been using to do our Matterports. I think, for us as a new business, where, definitely Brent has a sphere and a network here in Norman. And I think what we just did is we doubled down on kind of marketing ourselves, making sure that people know that we're now in real estate, because I think that some people still probably don't know. And we just doubled and tripled down on marketing. We had properties listed, and so we did everything we could to just market those properties. We delved really hardcore into Instagram and started really promoting ourselves and our properties on Instagram, and that's been a whole learning experience for me, because I'll be completely honest, I was really bad at Instagram. Like, I used it maybe like once a year, and we grew a couple pages on there, and it's been really interesting. It's been kind of we're still kind of in the stages of figuring out what that looks like and how that really benefits us. But I think we're going after, hey, when we look at this property, who's our target client, and we're trying to find those people in order to market to. But I think it's been interesting. I'm glad to be here in kind of the front line, and getting to be innovative and really get creative and change our approach, and let's try this. And sometimes we try something and it's a complete failure, and we're like, all right, we're never doing that again. But we learn and we grow, and that's why we started doing the Matterports, because we're like, hey, we have these condos where we don't want everyone and their mom coming in and out of this building, because it's a hazard for us, it's a hazard for the residents of the building, it's a hazard for the people coming in to look at it. So let's minimize that. Let's do the Matterports. Let's experiment, and let's see how we can evolve real estate and the way that we're doing real estate. And so I think when Crystal asked, or did you ask, I don't know, if we're going to keep doing this, yeah, we're going to keep doing Matterports. We're going to keep being innovative, because we've been talking about a shift in the industry, and this is probably not the shift that we expected. However, we're here, and it's our time to be very innovative, be very forward thinking, and move the industry forward, and really, double down on, hey, this is a relationship business. How are we protecting our clients? How are we protecting, other people's clients coming into our properties?
Awesome. And that actually, you guys know, that actually leads me into Crystal's question. And that was about the fact that prior to all of this, there was an understanding that a shift was somewhere on the horizon. Crystal and the Wazowski real estate team had already been putting both feet in the water, so to speak, when it comes to virtual marketing. And she'd been doing the video tours and the vendor buyer, what do you call those? Not consults, but like interviews to kind of explain how everything works. And I was just kind of curious to know if you felt that you either had a leg up when this all happened, or if it's kind of helped push you into being more aggressive in your approach to doing virtual videos and doing virtual walkthroughs and things like that, with what you were already in the progress of working on.
Before I answer that, I was just thinking, so the other day I was talking to Kristen, and we just listed a property that she helped a client buy in 2015. And have you all seen the difference in just photos alone? Like back then it was like, boop, boop, with your camera, like people had their small cameras, they use their phones. Now it's like marketing has taken off, and I completely agree with Patrick. Like, we do have to keep going forward with this, be innovative, and just go along with the shift. And we do a lot of video series with our team, and we do that because we think information is really important, getting that out there, but also having those really important relationships with our vendors, sharing, because we're just in the real estate portion, like we just help the listing portion and the buying portion. We don't really know anything about lending. That's not our lane. We don't know a whole lot about insurance. All we know is that we have these great relationships with these people who are professionals in that one area. And we have found that just doing those video series is really awesome. It's actually brought in a lot of referrals, not from just normal people, but actually from other agents from different locations. And I'm going to be posting one with an appraiser, Aaron Emerson, later today. And Aaron he just said in the video, I think it's so important. He respects agents who actually care about their clients. And I think having a solid marketing plan means you care about your clients, because it's not just about putting a sign in the yard, waiting for a sign call, converting that buyer. It's actually about helping that seller sell their house, right? Because there's just two ways of doing it. And also the videos, it was my creative outlet for a really long time. Like I was like, I need something to do, because we started to hire Maria for pictures, so I wasn't doing that anymore, and she's like 1,000 times better than me. So but I think we are definitely going to be continuing this. We're going to continue with different video series. We did a first time home buyers video series where we took them all the way through to the closing table. And we haven't completed the closing table one yet just because of what's going on, but I picture this video of just like balloons and like all this crazy fun stuff, and I'm into a rant, but we're definitely going to continue. So
awesome. Well, that was my questions. I had just had one targeted question per person on the panel. So does anybody in the gallery have any questions for our panel members before we wrap it up? Did you want coffee? I have it set. I just didn't hit the start button because I didn't know who would be here. I'll hit the start button. Sorry.
Okay, Tiffany's not muted.
Oh, sorry. Yes, no, I'm not.
That's all right. All right. And first of all, thank you so much to our panelists. I appreciate you so much, Maria. It's always good to see you, even if it's not in person. I love your hair. Today's bold, so you are spot right in there. Patrick, love you, miss you, want to see more of you. Marcy, I get to see you regularly. Crystal, I'll see you soon, I'm sure. So remember this, today we are opening the office when agents want to come back in here and work. All of your admin are more than welcome to start coming in and working, and you'll be updated weekly, probably by Friday, in what in the world of real estate we'll be bringing to you again, kind of what our schedule is going to be for next week. But miss you all, and you're not getting hugs yet. It's still really hard for me when you walk in and I can't hug you, but I'll give you a virtual one. So does anyone have any announcements or something incredible to say to the group?
Well, I just want to reiterate, if that's okay, that for May, that we are giving 20% off of our Matterport services, both Pro and Basic, along with 20% off of our Zillow bundle, and that will be the Zillow Video and Zillow 3D together. So both of them together are $100, and they're both great to have. The Zillow 3D bumps your listing for the life of the listing, and the Zillow Video bumps it for 2 weeks. So just want to throw it out there, and I can send a price sheet for everyone if you need. And yeah, we're here if you need us.
Awesome. You know what? If you can send that out to me or to Tiffany, Maria, then we can make sure it gets out to our peeps.
Yeah, if you just put your address email in there again, just in case, and I'll get that for you.
All right. Anything else?
I have a question. I see a pet dish in Maria's background, and I need to see this dog.
Oh, hang on. She's my pride and joy.
Let me see.
Nat, I want to give a shout out
Okay, I gotta get my glasses on.
to all of my listings.
I see her. Come here, baby. My sweet girl. She's
Come
just
here. Oh,
Come here. Come here.
oh, look at that sweetness. Hello. What's her name?
Margie. She was all white with one black eye, so she's our black-eyed pea. 11 and a little.
Just, I think we need to have a Zoom just with our animals, really.
Yes,
I just,
please.
I would just need to see. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Heather.
Oh my gosh.
Always there. Oh, well, guys, I miss you guys madly, and I cannot wait to give you hugs at some point, and hope to see some of you on Bold today. So, I love you all. We're signing out. Bye-bye now.
Bye.